Good morning, everybody. I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's good to be back with you. And I wanted to talk a little bit about New Year's and the idea of resolutions and what the New Year means for us, that it always provides an opportunity to look back and either be grateful, be frustrated, whatever it might be over the previous year. But oftentimes we're able to look back and find things that we want to resolve to be better at in the coming year. And most of the time those are broad statements to be healthier or finally get that hobby figured out or whatever it is, to make time for whatever it might be. But I find for myself, when I look back in the areas that I fall short, the areas that I really need work, it's not so much these broad statements. It's these little day-to-day things that I've forgotten to take the time to do. And one of the things I want to encourage you with this morning is the idea of encouragement. It's not a broad thing, and I want to do it. I want to look at it through the lens of Barnabas, and I want to read two verses from Barnabas and his life from Acts. So 4:36 and 37, Joseph, a Levite from Cyprus, whom the apostles called Barnabas, meaning son of encouragement, sold a field he owned and bought the money and put it at the apostles' feet. Which is obviously a broad act, that he sells this field, he brings the proceeds and puts them before the apostles. But what Barnabas is really known for is this small thing. They know him as an encourager, as a son of encouragement, but we probably are most familiar with Barnabas in history as in terms of his connection to Paul, or Saul as he's known here in chapter 9, where Barnabas took Saul and brought him to the apostles. He told them how Saul on his journey had seen the Lord, and that the Lord had spoken to him, and how in Damascus he had preached fearlessly in the name of Jesus. And here, I think, is the real superpower of Barnabas, and the real weight in what he does. It's not the broad act of selling a field and bringing it and giving money. While that is great, what makes Barnabas is that he's an encourager, that he takes this guy who is an outcast, who is an enemy of the church, and encourages him and brings him before the apostles and stands up for him, who tells them his story and advocates for him. And the conviction in that for me is to just be more encouraging. You know, it doesn't take going and selling a field. It takes standing up for people. It takes seeing the best in people, like Barnabas does in Paul, and being able to vocalize that, to be able to see good in people and speak good to people. And that's one of my New Year's resolutions. I hope you have some as well. But I hope you have a wonderful start to 2022, and I hope to see you soon.